Hello.
Hello, internet-connected brethren.
My phone just buzzed.
Jenny got a text. I wonder who it's from.
I'm so old. Moving, it's such a hassle. Responding. Okay.
Pet peeves.
Pet peeves.
I promised I'd talk about them, and now I am. But I'm not alone.
She's one of my pet peeves, not Legolas. Just kidding.
Get out. So this is Jenny, aka hellovivacity.
And this is Sandi, aka Sparkling Life 34. As
Exhibit
seen
A.
in this video, we actually really do know each other. It's a real thing.
So many reasons. So would you like to
We're
start,
gonna peep
madam?
some pets. The only one that I was able to think of right off the bat was I hate people who don't turn on their blinkers. Because then you like walk into the street and there are people turning at you and they don't have their blinkers on. You didn't even know they were coming.
Nope. Almost got hit by an ambulance in that way.
Me too! Except there was a stop sign and they did not heed it. Says a lot for Milwaukee ambulances. Belle, I'm looking at you. Because I will tell you, it actually has happened to me twice. Me too!
Are we living like parallel lives? Good times.
It's ridiculous. Use your blinkers.
Like
The
a
car
table flip.
turns it off for you when you straighten out the wheel, which you have to do anyway. So like, what, you can't take half of a second?
The oral pet peeve.
Are you talking oral like with an A or with an O? Two different things, people. That's another pet peeve of mine, but we can talk about that later.
I hate anything that's audible from the mouth. Typically, my skin just crawls. Don't you dare! I knew you were about to!
I wasn't. I was just gonna go...
Crap, there's another pet peeve. We'll come back to it. What bothers me the most
is when dew lingers on windows and people try to express it to you in average daily
I don't want to talk
language.
about that one yet. We're sticking with the oral stuff first.
But that's an oral thing.
We'll come back to it. I hate it when people smack when they're chewing on something. Whether it's food, gum, or anything else, you can close while eating. Not only do I hate it when I hear that they're smacking, but when they breathe through their mouth while doing it. I will be doing whatever I'm doing, and I'll hear...
Shut up.
Pipe the lump down.
Pipe the lump down.
I typically hate mouth breathing in general. Anyone watch Hey Arnold as a kid? I was Helga Pataki, except I wasn't violent. I'd be sitting there and the wheezy kid behind me, and he'd be going... And I'd literally be sitting there going, it's taking every ounce of my energy to not punch you in the face. So there's that and many other things that I hate pertaining, excuse me. There's another pet peeve that we're going to come back to.
It's funny because I know what it is.
What would that be, Jenny? No, what is it?
Moist. Mouse.
Same as when people go...
Moist.
Lie. Yep,
Yeah.
I hate words, too. There are actually 4 that I typically hate.
Moist is just my favorite. Because it's such a common word to hate.
There's that one, and then there's another one that's another word for skin, which we will not discuss on here.
Epidermis.
Starts with an F and ends with an H.
Flesh. Sorry. I just have to know what they all are now.
I'm not telling you the other 2.
Because she knows I'll use them against her. I know one time at school, someone like chalked the M word on the ground in like really colorful chalk bubble letters. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to you.
Yeah, I remember. It just sends chills everywhere.
Yeah, she inevitably has a physical response.
It's the worst.
Ooh, this is a pet peeve. Teachers anyone who thinks it's okay to use a yellow and or red dry erase marker for class notes on a whiteboard. Yellow in particular, but red is also really bad.
When people say words incorrectly, for example, Wisconsin. It's a soft C.
Yeah,
It's a soft
It's not
K-ish
Wisconsin,
sound.
like people in Pennsylvania say.
Yeah, they overpronounce it, so it's Wisconsin. Well, that's great, but it's also not Wisconsin.
It's not Wisconsin.
It's not Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin. Because there's a sk.
Just relax.
Like scat. And I think living here has made it that much more clear that you need to know the names of the cities in order to like say them and not sound like an idiot. Knowing how to say things correctly has been embedded into my brain. When people say words that basically don't exist, the best one of all is supposedly.
People actually say that? That's a thing.
That's a thing. I hate to break it to you. That word doesn't exist. The word is supposedly. Quite a difference.
Especially if you want to be taken seriously. Like, just know how things are spelled and know how to pronounce them.
Spelling is another one. When it comes to editing things, I rule with an iron fist. I'm really tough. If someone sends something to me and goes, "Can you look at that?" "Oh yeah, I can look at it. Do you want me to make marks? Because by the time I'm done with it, you won't have much of a paper left." The whole concept of the there, and there rule.
Oh, that one does drive me nuts. Mm-hmm. Also, your and your.
And two and two.
Yeah.
That one bothers me a lot because that one's really obvious.
To be fair, I do sometimes do this when I'm in a rush, but people who take the time to type out like a really thoughtful Facebook status or like a tweet or something, and they don't use capital letters or proper punctuation. Like text lingo, I don't know, whatever it's called.
Lingo.
Drives me nuts, especially, I'm sorry, Mom, but like I'm looking at you on this one. I am looking at you. First of all, use question marks.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes people who don't have manners bother me a lot.
Yeah. Manners. Oh,
Please
I see that a lot.
Are important.
Oral versus oral. That's another word related. We have a
That's
lot of word related ones.
Yeah.
Long story short, AURAL is your ears. ORAL is your mouth. It's things you hear versus things you say, things you verbalize.
And I usually change it a little bit so it's oral and
or
oral. Because then people are like, "Oh, do you mean oral?" I'm like, "No, I mean oral."
Yeah, if you aren't going to do that, like, make the distinction.
It may have something to do with the fact that we're both music majors and we both had to take basic
oral
diction.
Skill.
I hate when people go in circles when they're talking in conversations.
It's a time waster.
I hate when they want to make a point so badly that even when you continue the conversation further and make another point, they bring it back to their original point over and over and over until they just beat the crap out of it. It's so annoying.
People who don't turn off their ringtones for class, and then when their phone rings, they answer it. Like a follow-up on that. Teachers who answer their phones in class, unless it's an emergency, you are wasting my tuition money. Same goes for teachers who talk about personal opinions of politics in class.
Or things that don't pertain to the class, like the one time that I had an astronomy course, and for 45 out of the 50 minutes, he discussed dinosaurs. It would have been fine if it was in scientific terms. No, the way he was talking about dinosaurs was like Jurassic Park, Land Before Time.
I heard recently that a brontosaurus is not actually a dinosaur. What was Littlefoot doing?
No one knows.
Tree star.
A lot of things have changed. Apparently that's not real. And also Pluto is not a planet.
Yep, not fair. That actually is a pet peeve of mine too. Why can't you just give Pluto honorary planet status?
It has been for a long time, and then you just yank it away.
Just let people know that it's an honorary planet.
That's a good amount of pet peeves.
Yeah, wow.
There are more. You, any pet peeves? No?
All right.
You're a better man than I am.
He just takes the world as he sees it.
He just takes it.
Just takes it.
If you liked this video, be sure to
like it. Subscribe, comment. We like comments. If you have any pet peeves,
put them down below. I'd love to know.
We want to know what your pet peeves are, or if you think that we're ridiculous for having pet peeves, or if you agree with our pet peeves. Help change the world one person at a time.
Contrary to popular belief, ignorance is not bliss.
Lessons learned.
The more you know,
the less you care.
I also just thought of imagination. But there's no rainbows anywhere.
There could be.
This has been fun.
I've got to get on the road.
We both have church in the morning. We gotta sing for Jesus. Jesus. So, hope you guys have a good day.
Hopefully it's not snowing wherever you are.
I really hope it's not snowing. Another pet peeve. Winters that last too long. Talk to you guys later.
Peace out.
Peace out.